I'm Bill Perry in Texas Stadium. On tonight's 10 o'clock news, I'll have the Eagles-Cowboys.
Local news at a time that's good for you. Watch the 10 o'clock news tonight. Tonight on the 10 o'clock news.
I'm Rich Noonan. Coming up, the latest on the Cherry Hill Mall shoplifter shooting. The young man shot by police has died. Thousands turn out to walk in support of people with AIDS. John Madden in a movie. Bill Wine reviews the football flick called Little Giants. And the Birds-Cowboys highlights from top to bottom on Sports Sunday.
Local news at a time that's good for you. Watch the 10 o'clock news tonight.
Coming up, the United Nations gives the U.S. more power against Saddam Hussein.
A shoplifter is killed at a New Jersey mall, but was the shooting by a police officer justified?
A record-breaking crowd walks to fight the deadly AIDS virus.
And Bill Wine gives us the play-by-play on a new football movie called Little Giants.
Those stories, plus the back-to-work weather forecast and Sports Sunday with Eagles highlights next on the 10 o'clock news.
You're sure to get burned. Inside the Arson Zone. Watch a special investigative report beginning Tuesday on the 10 o'clock news.
There's something new lurking in the night. Something wild. Something that can't be tamed. And now he wants you to come out and play. Red Wolf is coming. Follow your instincts.
Chi-Chi's, always known for traditional Mexican food, is shaking things up. Introducing New Mex, a whole new way of doing Mexican. New Mex is light dishes like our chicken quesadilla light and Veracruz chicken. It's fresh, like salsa made fresh from scratch. And New Mex is new taste, like the Santa Fe enchilada. Stacked, not rolled. Chi-Chi's, come taste the New Mex.
There's something new lurking in the night. Something wild. Something that can't be tamed. And now he wants you to come out and play. Red Wolf is coming. Follow your instincts.
3 of the world's best comedies are together at last. Catch Cheers at 11, Murphy at 11:55, Dash at midnight. Weeknights on Fox 29. And now, the Delaware Valley's first primetime news hour. Fox 29's Emmy Award-winning The 10 O'Clock News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tracy Mattisek.
And I'm Rich Noonan. Here's what's happening tonight. Another line in the sand for Saddam. Late last night, the United Nations Security Council passed a resolution demanding that Iraq withdraw troops from the border of Kuwait. The resolution also gives the United States the green light to let the bombs fly if Iraq does not comply.
The message is clear. Iraq must complete its withdrawal. It must not threaten its neighbors in the future. It must comply with all relevant Security Council resolutions. The troops, ships, and attack aircraft I have ordered to the Gulf area will continue to remain there until the crisis passes.
The message seems to be getting through. UN forces monitoring the Iraqi troop movement say many of Saddam's soldiers have been moving northward away from Kuwait.
Not all the units are yet doing that. We've been saying for days, and we're saying it again today. We are watching this very, very closely, and we do expect that all of those units that had been moved to the south will be moved back to the north again.
As U.S. warplanes continue to patrol the border between Kuwait and Iraq, a strong warning from the U.S. ambassador to the UN, who says if there is any further provocation, the U.S. will act quickly, using the latest UN resolution as permission to go it alone to stop the Iraqis.
This resolution basically warned Saddam Hussein to go back to where he came from and not to try it again. We have authorization in other resolutions, so it is our belief, and we act on that, is that the United States has authorization to use all necessary means to do what we need to do.
The Iraqi ambassador to the UN says Iraq is not a threat to any country and has been conducting military maneuvers near the border. He says provoking the United States would be, quote, stupid.
In Haiti, it was a day of Thanksgiving for the return of exiled President Jean-Bertrand Aristide. Many Haitians attended church services to pray for the return of democracy after 3 years of military rule. Aristide returned home yesterday, a week after military leaders left the country. The United Nations has lifted crippling sanctions against Haiti, effective today. Philadelphia Congressman Tom Follietta returned from Haiti just a few hours ago. He told reporters that while Haitians have much to be joyful about, there's also much work to be done.
Democracy is great, democracy is good, but it's not too great when you have a very painful, hungry stomach. So what we have to do is to develop not only democracy, but an economic structure so that we can start to develop businesses, so that we can start to provide jobs for the people in that wonderful nation.
Follietta also praised the 20,000 U.S. troops who helped restore President Aristide to power.
Israel and Jordan are near an agreement on a comprehensive peace treaty. Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin and Foreign Minister Shimon Peres are on an unannounced visit to Jordan. Israel Radio is reporting that the two nations are on the brink of a treaty agreement. Also today, the Israelis agreed to resume talks with the Palestinians on extended autonomy in the occupied lands. Those talks had been suspended last week over the kidnapping of an Israeli soldier by Islamic militants. German Chancellor Helmut Kohl will keep his job after winning re-election by a very thin majority. Kohl will remain in power until at least 1998, but opposition leaders say they will take control of Germany then. German television is projecting a one-seat majority in the German parliament for Kohl's coalition. Kohl called the majority workable. Exit polling shows a very high voter turnout, perhaps over 80%, and the former East German communists had a strong showing.
North Koreans are looking ahead to new leadership now that the era of Kim Il-sung has ended. A wreath was laid at the memorial to the late president, ending a 100-day period of mourning. His son, Kim Jong-il, attended a memorial service and will most likely assume his father's role as president. Today was the first time since his father's death that Kim has been seen in public.
It looks as though tomorrow will be an unscheduled day off for 12,000 students in the North Penn School District. The district's more than 800 teachers are going on strike. Picket lines will go up at 3 North Penn schools tomorrow morning. The teachers union rejected the latest board offer on salary increases and benefits. A union spokesman says it's now up to the board to end the dispute.
The only way I can see a strike not happening tomorrow is if the school board's president or their chief negotiator were to contact me or the state mediator and say they have agreed to accept our offer of binding arbitration. Beyond that, I see no way of stopping a strike.
As of this moment, no new talks have been scheduled to head off the strike.
A North Philadelphia father of 3 is dead, and his family is blaming Cherry Hill police. Last night, a Cherry Hill officer fired what's believed to be the first fatal shot in the department's history. Kathy Matuziak reports.
The Cherry Hill Mall parking lot, one of the spots you'd least expect deadly gunfire. But last night, a police officer's bullet killed 22-year-old Robert Abraham of North Philadelphia. Police say Abraham and his 21-year-old cousin shoplifted several $100s worth of men's clothing from Macy's. Cherry Hill Mall security guard and township police officer Kimberly Rasso shot Abraham during his getaway.
We is grieving because we don't understand. You know, we're not saying he's an angel or anything like that, but we don't understand why he would get shot for shoplifting.
She said that she believed her life was in danger. She said this in a report later, that her life was in danger and that he was attempting to run her down.
Investigators will look at whether Officer Rasso should have simply jumped out of the way.
Did the officer have reason to believe that either one of the suspects had a weapon or a gun?
No.
Were either one of them armed?
No, neither one of them were armed, and there appears to be no reason to think that the officer believed that they were.
He never carried guns. He wasn't into carrying guns, selling drugs and all that. He just was trying to hustle for his daughter. Now he's dead.
Officer Rasso believed Abraham's car was his weapon, and police policy dictates deadly force is justified when an officer believes his or her life is threatened. Officer Rasso has been placed on administrative leave until an investigation is complete.
In the 11 years Officer Rasso has been a member of the Cherry Hill Police Force, this marked the first time she's ever fired her gun in the line of duty. A split-second decision that will now be scrutinized, perhaps more than anything else this police officer has ever done. In Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Kathy Matuziak, the 10 o'clock news.
Coming up tonight, a big endorsement in Pennsylvania's U.S. Senate race.
And a New Jersey restaurant opens with patrons and protesters.
It has an abundant number of safety components, including dual airbags with terminals plated in gold to protect against corrosion, steel guard beams in all 4 doors, and crumple zones built into its structure. In an image-is-everything world, we proudly present the substance-is-everything car. Introducing the new Maxima from Nissan.
Millions of dollars of lost savings. Savings you never received because your business used AT&T, which is why thousands of businesses are demanding proof. Call MCI and see how much of this is yours. An examination of your AT&T bill could reveal savings you never received. Savings you'll see when you switch to MCI, which is why thousands of businesses are getting a second opinion from MCI. So call us. You'll feel a lot better.
Okay, you've all seen this. Look familiar? Now, take a look at this. Advantage phone banking. Hello. Do your banking anytime, anywhere. Press a few buttons and voila, you can pay your bills, check your balance, transfer funds. What else could be this good? Glad you asked. Ta-da! Advantage home banking. Same great advantages. Even print your statement. All on your own PC. Yes, we have the technology. Very 90s.
It's Clover Day at Strawbridge & Clothier with store-wide savings for you, your home. Find the savings difference at Clover Day at Strawbridge & Clothier.
What if safety wasn't important? What if comfort wasn't everything? What if value didn't matter? What if there was no excitement in life? What if all this didn't matter? But it does, doesn't it? The new 1995 Pontiac Bonneville.
Now you can lease it for just $329 a month and $1,000 down with a 36-month smart drive. See it today.
More than 18,000 people turned out today to do their part for AIDS research and education. As Bryn Friedman reports, participants in the 8th annual Philadelphia AIDS Walk raised money for the future and remembered those who won't be here to see it.
John Powell, Jean Gray, Clayton Pearson,
Dan Coyle, Robert Mandel,
Howard Manweller, Eric Lawson.
The names of the dead rang out today in grim repetition, a haunting reminder. 2,000 dead from the AIDS virus, 2,000 and counting.
Robert E. Fields.
It was an unsettling backdrop on this sunny day, where exuberant teens, determined adults, the small, the tall, and the mobile, all made the 12-kilometer walk down West River Drive, across the Falls Bridge, all in the name of AIDS awareness.
Nothing really unites like fear, and AIDS is like the world's biggest fear facing us right now. So I think that's why there's so much unity.
The numbers are indeed scary. AIDS Walk organizers say that in the city of Philadelphia alone, 5,000 people have been diagnosed with AIDS, and between 30 and 40,000 Delaware Valley residents are HIV positive. Scarier still, AIDS is the #2 killer for young people ages 17 to 25.
No one understands. They don't think about it. They don't think, well, it could happen to me, but it happens to everyone.
Have you buried a lot of friends?
2 people.
2 people? It's enough. It's enough. Ann and Mike Ginsberg say they've had enough, too, as they march for their friend Oscar, who is dying of AIDS.
And it's killing our friends. It's taking our friends away. It took one of my best teachers from high school away, and it's going to take Oscar away. It's just not fair.
Nor is it fair to Mary McCreevy, who still finds it hard to talk about the older brother she lost 2 years ago.
I'm showing him that he's still in my heart, and that everybody is keeping his memory alive, and that he's still and always will be a part of us no matter what.
Still, there was comfort in numbers, in knowing that more than 18,000 people walked today, raising nearly $1 million, and hopefully more awareness about the AIDS virus. In Center City, Bryn Friedman, the 10 o'clock news.
Philadelphia police say a drunk driver was responsible for an early morning accident that closed part of I-95 for 6 hours. Police say Barry McMonigal of Newcastle, Delaware, swerved in front of a tractor-trailer near the Broad Street exit of I-95 South at about 3:30 this morning. The truck overturned, pinning the driver inside. The truck driver had to be cut from the wreckage. He was hospitalized with minor injuries. McMonigal was arrested at the scene.
The last 7 victims of last month's U.S. air crash have been laid to rest outside Pittsburgh. 3 stone monuments mark the burial site of the unidentified remains. On the monuments are engraved the names of the 132 people who died in the September 8th crash. The cause of that crash remains under investigation.
If you're not getting Turner Classic Movies, you're really missing out on a lot. All you have to do is just call your local cable operator.